Hello, I'm still here. I exist. I'm still real. I haven't done anything in a bit now, sorry. I've been busy and you won't believe that the biggest thing on my mind is still sunburn. It's kind of getting in the way of me doing an awful lot else. So you might remember I got sunburnt on the 11th of July and it's pretty nasty sunburn. Entirely my own fault. Didn't put the sunscreen on because it was in my bag and it wasn't that hot. But obviously, sunburn has nothing to do with really being hot. It's about being under the sun's rays, I think. And yeah, got badly sunburned. All down my back, all down my legs, and my bum. My bum. The bum is a particularly burnable part because if you're out and about. You might have your arms out, you might have your legs out, but you're not going to have your bum out. Well, most people don't anyway, and I certainly wouldn't. So when my bum saw the light of day, it had never seen it before. So it was very, very white. My colouring is like A4. That's how I describe it. A4, A2, A4, one of those colours. White page, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, so when the sides of my bum, really where shorts would cover normally, but swimming togs don't. Kind of the cheek, that's more leg than cheek. When that part got out, it got particularly burnt, particularly on whatever side the sun was on, which is my right side. I don't know whether it was east or west, but whichever side the sun was on that particular day, at that particular time of the day, I got worse burnt on that side, and my bum is pretty bad. That was probably the worst spot. So, which makes sense because, like I say, it doesn't normally see the light of day. So that part was pretty sore. But like the whole lot of me was pretty sore. And really, I wasn't all that worried about the sunburn. I was more worried about the not being able to stand up thing. And that blew over after a couple of days and everything was well in the world. I was able to sit again. It all peeled. And then we decided to go to the north of Ireland to see the most beautiful, beautiful place I think I've ever been. Besides the Slayhead Drive, where I'm from, around Slayhead, there in Kerry. And the Ring of Kerry, of course, where my husband is from. Two most beautiful places on earth. But the third most beautiful place on earth will be the Giant's Causeway, definitely. Like up that side of the country. It's the same landscape. It's the same landscape. It's just stunning. It's stunning. And I've always wanted to see the Giant's Causeway. So off we went to see the Giant's Causeway. And the first night we stayed there, I suppose I thought it was kind of hotter or something. I thought it was like a minor change to things. I didn't really think it was going to kick off as being a permanent thing or a long-term thing. But that was Friday, a week and a half ago now. And what I felt was my bum, just on that right side, cheek kind of at the side of it, felt like I just sat on a nettle. Repeatedly, like it was like there was a nettle in the bed, and every time I moved I hit the nettle and I got another sting from the nettle. So it was like sharp stinging, and then the itch that goes with nettle stings, do you know that kind of a deep kind of a throbbing itch, that when you scratch it it's going to make it worse, but you still have to scratch it, and scratching it indeed did make it worse. Now what I was finding is there was every time I scratched there would be a delay of maybe 10 seconds and then an intense pain, an intense deep sharp stabbing pain. Reminded me of nothing is closer to it than nettle stings, but getting multiple nettle stings repeatedly. It was kind of like that for the night, and I put like sunscreen on it again, after sunscreen, everything I had, I put more of it on it to keep it hydrated. I drank loads to keep myself hydrated, and I thought, yeah, this will get better. Of course, I was really distracted. Like, we were sleeping in a different house, like 4 neurodiverse kids in a different house. There was arguments over beds. There was phones going into bedrooms that are not allowed in bedrooms. There was refusal to go to sleep. There was, it's not bedtime, it's not dark. There was all of that, there was everything that there normally is. And then there was who's sleeping with mom. My husband decided to sleep on the couch because it was easier. He didn't want to sleep with mom, but everybody else wants to sleep with mom, except the 2 teenagers don't really want to sleep with mom anymore. But the other 2 wanted to sleep with me. And of course, I'm sore, I'm sunburned, I don't want to sleep with people. But they slept with me anyway. And, there was kicking off the blankets and all of that. And he's touching my elbow. And, I want to be in the middle, with all of that drama. So I was really, really distracted. I was really busy. Got up in the morning, didn't have time to think about it. Just got up in the morning and went off doing whatever we were doing. So we saw the Giant's Causeway that day, went back to bed the next night, same thing. Nettle stings just in that one patch. Oh, drives me nuts. Like, it's still there. Driving me crazy right now. Nettle stings in bed. I don't know which kid slept with me the second night. Maybe one of them, maybe two of them. Maybe I sent one of them out to the couch with my husband. I think I might have. I think I slept with my daughter, and my younger son went out to my husband on the couch. It was a pull-out couch bed. It was two, like, I don't know how we fitted it. We had a really lovely time. It was glamping. Oh, it was really, really nice. We really had a great time. So the second day we saw the Giant's Causeway and all that, went back to bed. Horrible night. Hardly slept. Got up in the morning and we drove down as far as what used to be Tato Park, and I keep calling Tato Park, it's Emerald Park now. If you're not Irish, you might not know it, but it's like a theme park. It is a theme park with roller coasters and all of that. But what I really like about it is that they've got another side to it. There's like a bird zoo and a small zoo really with some animals and a lot of different types of birds, and there's a falconry display and there's a little petting zoo and whatnot. So it's not all about going crazy on roller coasters and standing in queues for the whole day and then taking a break and eating and going back to the queue. What we actually did is we started in the morning and we did some roller coasters, then we ate something, then we did the zoo, then we went back to the roller coasters when the day got quiet. So that peak part of the day when it was really busy on the roller coasters and there was like, half an hour, 40-minute queues, that's kind of the longest that it gets there, I think, on a day like in July. August is busier, but July wasn't too bad. And we were able to skip a lot of those queues just by not being there, because we did the zoo at that time. The zoo doesn't have a crazy amount of queues and that. And we did the playground, and there's a really big, great playground there where, it's not just suited to the 7-year-old, which a lot of playgrounds are, but it's actually suited to everybody. So even our 16-year-old sat and played on his phone. There was somewhere to sit, but the 13-year-old ran around the place, and 11-year-old and 7-year-old all ran around playing. They were playing, chasing each other and climbing up something or other, and they had a lovely time. So it was a great day. Went to bed. Oh, sorry, the night before we went to the park. We stayed in a hotel, and oh my God, I was on fire again. I was on fire again. That, like, I was sitting on nettles for the whole night, and didn't sleep very well. Just on that one patch on my bum now, like it's still going. Yeah. We went to the park, Emerald Park, because I'll forget that it's called Emerald Park. We went to Emerald Park, and then we went home the day after that. So there was 3 nights away from home, and I thought it was just kind of a being away from home, kind of being busy kind of a thing, and I didn't think too much about it. So we were home by Sunday. I think it was Monday, maybe. We left Ireland on Wednesday, so no, it was Monday night was pretty bad as well. Monday night was really sore in my own bed at home. Tuesday night was pretty bad. And I said, right, I'm going to the doctor in the morning. So in the morning on Wednesday, I went to the doctor super early. Got there and was told it would be better to make an appointment. So I came back to the appointment. Told the doctor what had happened to me regarding the sunburn and that this stinging was going on, and she thought it sounded like I have some kind of 2nd-degree burn. Like, she looked at it and she said, I think that might be a 2nd-degree burn, and considering that you were dizzy and everything, it affected your blood pressure there. I don't know, did she mention sun poisoning or did she not? I don't know if she did or not. I don't know, can't remember. But she said that what she could give me was something for the nerve, to kind of numb down the nerve a little bit, so that it would not be so active. I don't really know what she was giving me. And the other thing, was there something else she was giving me? Oh, she suggested a cream that was better than what I was putting on, because I was using After Sun and aloe vera gels and things like that for kind of normal sunburn, and mine is a bit more intense than that. So she gave me a better gel to be putting on it, a better cream to be putting on, the name of it, like. So off I went to the pharmacy and I got my cream, no problem, because that wasn't prescription, and my prescription was going to take a half an hour. So I, of course, could not stand in the pharmacy for a half an hour. That there's no way I could do that. Like, so I went off doing other jobs. I went and did some jobs and I came back, but I came back maybe an hour later, not half an hour later. And they said, oh, I'm so sorry now, but the pharmacist's actually gone on lunch, so you have to come back in about 10-15 minutes. And I was like, oh no, I can't do that. I'll go and do more jobs. So off I went. I did jobs. We were flying out of Belgium that day, so I should have really been more alert to picking up my medication, but I wasn't. So I was trying to do everything else for everybody else on the last day that we were in Ireland. I was trying to pick up the last couple of bits and bobs. I had bought a top. I wanted to pick up a pants that matched it because there was one that matched it and I wanted to get it. So I had to go to a different Dunnes to get the matching pants. My son wanted me to pick up some dog food and cat food from the pet shop, and it's easier to bring in the car while he has the car, the son that stays in Ireland. And I did that, and he did a bit of shopping while we were there, and I picked up a couple of things from Mr. Price, folders that they're quite expensive to get abroad, and I don't know where to get them anywhere else, but I know where to get them in Ireland. So I got folders zip folders for the kids to put their school books into, a couple of other little things like that. Now I probably bought chocolate, and then I went home. I packed everything up. I got in the taxi to go to the airport, and then I realized, oh no, I never went back to the pharmacy to pick up my stuff, and I didn't go back. Anyway, I was in a bit of a crisis thinking, oh my God, I won't be able to get my medicine now. What am I going to do? I can't get the medicine. How am I going to do this? So apparently you can't post medicine from one country to another, which kind of makes sense because you could be posting something to, you would presume when you're posting medicine, you're posting your medicine to somebody else. You're not posting somebody their own medicine. This was my own medicine that I wanted posted to me, but it couldn't be posted to me in the post. They don't allow post. I suppose prescription medication shouldn't be posted around the place. Maybe, I don't know. You certainly shouldn't post your prescription medication to somebody else. That makes sense. But posting my own medicine to me, I don't think should be such a problem. But anyway, it was. But it was really good because my cousin was passing through Cork. Well, not quite passing through Cork, but almost passing through Cork. And he did a little bit of a detour and he picked up my medicine for me and he brought me my medicine today. So I have my medicine today. So tonight I'm going to go, I've taken it actually. So tonight I'm going to go to sleep, hopefully with less pain. Hopefully in the next, I took it maybe an hour ago. It might start to kick in and do something. Maybe. It's supposed to make me a little bit drowsy. I do not feel the slightest bit drowsy. I also, in the meantime, went to the doctor in Belgium because today is Sunday and I've had no medication since, nothing. I'm missing this medication since like Wednesday. Wednesday, I should have had it Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. I should have started taking this 4 nights ago and I should have had some relief by now, surely. But I haven't. So I went to the doctor here and the doctor here had a completely different attitude. He said it was really, really unlikely to get a 2nd-degree burn from the sun. And he said that he thought that what was wrong is that I have an allergy to the sun and I'm having an allergic reaction to the sun. Now, I don't know if he's right or wrong. I don't know if the first doctor is right or wrong. I don't know if the second doctor is right or wrong. But I'm quite surprised at the difference in what they think. So I don't know, did I give the second doctor the full information? Did I give him the date I was burned? Did I give him the right trajectory on when the pain started? He did look at it. They both looked at it. I don't know, maybe it's more common to get 2nd-degree burns as an Irish person because we're so pale, maybe. And maybe it's a kind of an unusual thing to happen in Belgium. I think it's quite unusual anyway, to be honest. I've never been burnt this badly. Never, ever have I been burnt this badly. But I've never lied on the beach for that long before. Do you know, I never lied out like that before. I've never done that before. I've never been burnt this badly before. I've been burnt. I've been burnt on holidays and stuff, but I've never been burnt like this, and not over such a huge part of my body. Like almost half of me is burnt. The whole back of me is burnt. Yeah, so anyway, I have medication for tonight that'll hopefully dumb down my nerves a little bit. And I have an antihistamine as well because I have an allergy to the sun, it seems. And I've taken both. And what else? Yeah, the other thing that I'm considering is that maybe, and I know this is probably nobody's suggested. Actually, the first doctor did suggest it, so it's not completely crazy. She said that because of the way I was describing the pain, like nettles and stabbing and bad at night, she immediately thought I had shingles. And she said, so show me the rash. And I was like, I don't really have a rash. What I have is sunburn. So it's possible that I have shingles and that in a couple of days I will break out in a shingles rash. And I know what that's like. My son had shingles a couple of months back. Well, maybe a year ago now. So I would recognise the shingles rash if I had it. I don't know what it looks like. And I don't know. I mean, you can get shingles apparently without a rash. And maybe I have that. I don't know. I have a mystery problem now. And I can't sleep very well. And yeah, the Sunburn Saga is ongoing. So I will repeat my warning. Sunscreen is a great idea. Now, the doctor did also let me know very nicely and politely and everything that I will need to get the back half of me, checked for skin changes annually or every 6 months from now on, really, because of this bad sunburn. She seems to have taken it quite seriously, that I got really bad sunburn. And the doctor here seemed to be a little bit more dismissive of it. Is this a woman-man difference? Is this a neurodiverse person describing pain difference? Yeah, they do say, and I don't know, I don't have a reference for this now, but I did hear somewhere along the way that that women's pain is dismissed. That's a general thing. And I do know that neurodiverse people tend to describe pain differently to other people. So maybe I wasn't emotional enough about describing the pain, and I didn't do a bit of crying or anything with it. It is horrendous. Am I not describing that it's bad enough? Let me see if I can capture how bad it is. It's like sitting on a nettle every 30 seconds. All night, so I can hardly sleep. It wakes me up. It's bad enough that it wakes me up. If I do get to sleep, it wakes me up. Like if you sat in a nettle, you would wake up, wouldn't you? You know, you would. In terms of like childbirth, I have 5 children. I had all of them without any pain relief. I had gas and air. That's the best that I had. I had something on my first 2 that made me quite sick, and I can't remember what it was. I don't know what it was. It wasn't an epidural now, but it was something else. I can't remember what it was. I've no idea. I can't remember. It was so long ago. Jeez, he's 22. I don't remember it all. But gas and air was my go-to for labour, and I managed 5 births without killing anybody or screaming the house down. Well, I probably did scream the house down, and I probably tried to kill somebody, but this isn't that bad. It's a different pain. It's a much sharper pain. It doesn't, like a contraction of it, a stabbing of it doesn't go on as long as a contraction does, but it's much sharper, and it's every 30 seconds. So it's up there. It's up there. I got my thumb caught in a door when I was 14, and that was up there as well. I used to wake up in the middle of the night with that like throbbing pain in my hand. As my paracetamol or whatever medication I was given for pain wore off, I'd have to wake up in the middle of the night going, oh my God, oh, and get more. But I nearly lost my thumb. The nail came completely off. The bone was crushed. Like it still looks a bit funny. I still don't have full feeling in it either. Like the nerves are obviously quite damaged. I caught it really, really badly. So like it's up there with those couple of things. 5 childbirths, catching my finger really badly in a door and almost losing it, and this. I can't remember anything else that was this painful. Yeah, no, very rarely would there be something that would wake me up at night. Maybe an earache as a child or something like that, but I haven't had anything in so long that I actually don't remember something being this painful. But I don't know, did I just not describe that to him well? Is it that women's pain is dismissed? Is it that I didn't describe it the way he would expect me to describe it? My doctor in Ireland wouldn't understand a neurodiverse person any better than he would. Why would that be different? I don't understand why she thinks I have nerve damage and he thinks that I have some kind of allergy. Yeah, it makes very little sense. Makes very little sense, really. It's just a bit of a mystery at the moment what I have and what's wrong with my butt. My butt cheek, the right butt cheek. It feels like somebody's slapping me, actually. It's like getting a good slap in the arse as a child. A good slap, like, yeah, not a messing slap, like a slap that would hurt, like, on a bare bum. It would have to be bare to get this kind of a sharp, kind of a snappy kind of pain. And it's probably right in the spot where you would get slapped, actually. Oh, anyway. That's a whole other story, isn't it? So that's my saga around the sunburn, and that explains why I haven't done very much else, because actually when I started my podcast, lying down was kind of all I could do, and now lying down is excruciating, and I much prefer to be up, moving around, doing stuff. The only time it hurt during the day today, we went to see a museum today. The only time it hurt during the day was when I was standing in line waiting to get into the museum, and there was just 3 kids in front of us, and they were getting a kids pack. They were checking if they got the right answers to kids pack of what they were doing, and we were waiting for them to get their answers and go away. Oh my God, like I hate waiting for anything, but in pain waiting for something is not very nice. And then the rest of the day, my brain was busy. I was doing stuff. It was actually fine. Okay, so here's to a good night's sleep, and hopefully I'll have no more updates on this for you ever again in my life in a week's time. Like, I am 3 weeks and 2 days into this. 3 weeks and 2 days of sunburn pain, of being uncomfortable due to sunburn. Like, significantly uncomfortable. This isn't a minor little, it's still a bit sore. It's not. It's sore to touch it. No, it's not. It's stinging like I sat on a nettle. It's quite different to it's a bit sore to touch, which I've had before. Like, I'd expect it to be a bit sore to touch after 3 weeks, maybe, given that it was a very bad burn. But yeah, sorry. I could moan about this for another 20 minutes. I've hit 20 minutes now. So I'm going to get on to my next podcast session as soon as I can and ignore the sunburn for a minute and just, focus on something else. And I really have been trying anyway to do other stuff and focus on other stuff, because it actually helps, because I can't lie in bed with this. I can't lie here. I just can't. It hurts too much. Okay. That is it for now. Wear sunscreen. I know you know, but I knew as well. But yeah, you should know. Put the sunscreen on you. Don't just bring it in your bag. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, yeah. Don't muck that one up, please, because you should learn from my mistakes. You don't need to make this one all by yourself. Okay. Talk to you later about something more interesting, hopefully.